But you see, the situation has become, that was true 10 years ago or 15 years ago, where, or even 5 years ago, where you could say the different model of church says, we are church. And it's not a question of leaving or staying in, because if you are church, then it's not going away. But today it becomes so aggressive. I mean, for instance, a woman told me at the call to action meeting during the election campaign that she was harassed in her parish because she had a sticker for Kelly on her car, and she was told, and that came from Ratzinger, she was told that she could not go to communion because she had to carry a sticker on the car. So it's not, it's becoming more and more difficult.
But I would say two things. One, Elizabeth and others have mentioned Vatican II as a powerful source of religious truth. If you look at the 30 years before Vatican II and ask how many would have bet that Vatican II would have emerged, I think the odds would have been very, very low. And in fact, you wouldn't have had Vatican II if you didn't have people who were under severe pressure in those previous 30 years, who stayed in the church, who were convinced they had a piece of the truth, and equally convinced that the Holy Spirit, not in a mechanical way, but through the human reality, would find its way. They believed they had a piece of the truth, and they were willing to both pursue it and to stay within the community of the church and make what they pursued available to the life of the church. If you didn't have Yves Congar, you wouldn't have Lumen Gentium in the form it's in. If you didn't have John Courtney Murray, you wouldn't have the document on religious liberty. And you can go through and trace that, so that that's not a long time ago in the Catholic Church. I think the second thing is, if somebody tells somebody that they can't go to communion because they've got a sticker on their car, then what's needed then is just elementary catechesis on the nature and logic of the Catholic moral tradition. That is available.